This is Dr. Nick with Leverage Media, and today I want to talk to you about the 5 best types of Facebook advertising that chiropractors can do. So every chiropractor probably at this point that owns a practice has tried Facebook ads, some have had some success, some have not had so much success. 3 years ago, 5 years ago, things were a whole lot easier than they are now. So over time, a lot of things have been tested, a lot of things have been tried, and these are the 5 types of ads that I think are going to be the most successful. Now, when I talk about types of ads, I'm talking strictly about lead generation. So this is not content. Obviously content is its own type of Facebook ads, but these I'm going to be talking about mainly lead generation, where we're trying to get someone to give us their information and eventually make it into the practice. So we'll start with number 1. Number 1 is going to be your new patient special. This is the type of ad that almost every chiropractor is either running now as their Facebook advertising or has tried in the past. What I don't like about these ads, especially when they are not coupled with content, is that they can come off as kind of branding you as the coupon chiropractor. So I see a lot of like $21, $17, $27 Facebook specials where it just seems cheap. And whenever I see those and I ask people how often they make their healthcare decisions based on coupons that they see on Facebook, I mean, as the chiropractor that I'm talking to, they without exception say that they never do that. So we're expecting our ideal patients to function in a way that we don't function as consumers. So when you are creating new patient specials, it's okay to just charge your regular price. Or if you are going to do a special, now I'm a big believer in making the barrier of entry low into a chiropractic office, because we aren't doing high dollar one-time procedures. We're doing more smaller dollar multiple visit care plans in most cases. So the first visit, charging $300 for your new patient exam, to me just doesn't make any sense, as long as you're setting people up on care plans at a pretty significant clip. When they come in, they're saying yes to your recommendations. So try to set up a price that you're comfortable with. In my practice, we make the same offer no matter how you find us, whether it's through Facebook or an event or our website or just walking by the practice. We're going to charge you the same no matter what. So I think that finding something that you're comfortable with, for spending your time and for getting that lead in the door, I think that's the best way to go. The second type of ad that I think is really useful is a condition-specific ad. So we're not so much making a chiropractic offer, we're making a solution to your problem offer. Now, chiropractic, I would imagine, is going to be the solution to most of the problems that you're going to be creating ads around. But I see this a lot with people that do neuropathy programs or weight loss programs or knee pain programs, is they are focused in on the problem and that they have a solution. Once they come into the office, they can find out what that solution is. A lot of times it's a multi-pronged approach. But when you are making, the types of ads I was talking about in the first example, which are chiropractic specific, you've kind of limited yourself to the people that think chiropractic is the solution to the problem. People that have conditions is, basically everyone. So if you're able to help those conditions, then you want to be able to advertise what that solution is and make those people an offer to come in the office. The third most effective type of Facebook ad that I've seen is a loss leader service. So this could be a lot of times it's a massage. It could be a spinal decompression, laser treatment. So basically extra services that you add in the practice. We used to have cryosauna in our practice, and so that was a great way to get athletes in the door for us. So we'd run a special for their first cryosauna. When they come in, they tell us what their problems were, and then you can always cross-sell to the other services in the practice, mainly chiropractic. Massage is a great one for this. Not everybody has a massage therapist, but massage is great for this because you can promote massage. Most of the people that are taking advantage of the massage special, actually want it, B, are going to show up, and C, usually have some problem that chiropractic is a great solution for. So again, having systems in place to be able to cross-sell. So offering things that, the problem with chiropractic lead generation ads is a lot of times people don't, they don't really want to come in for the chiropractic. It's not like massage is more of like a luxury almost. They don't really want to come in for it. It's kind of like acupuncture in that they don't really want to come do it. They want the results that come from it. But when it comes to chiropractic or acupuncture, I find that it's harder to get people in the practice than it is with something like massage therapy. Number 4 is going to be event promotion. So this is going to be anything that you are promoting within the practice where people are going to be showing up. Now, I don't recommend spending money to promote things like a patient appreciation day where existing patients can bring in their friends or family for like a discounted rate. That's more of an internal promotion. You probably don't need to use Facebook ad spend for that. You could do that through text messaging, emails, signs around the practice. What I recommend in terms of event promotions is if you create an event that's really geared towards attracting new people in from the outside, like a women and wine night, a yoga and mimosa Saturday morning thing, an open house, things where you're trying to attract new people into the practice that maybe don't have a connection to the practice. That's where you want to make sure that you're spending some money to get that message out into the community. The things that I find work the best are ones that target women and ones that are meant to have, like groups of friends come together and experience something in the practice. That way you get one person convinced, they might bring in 2 more people with them. So those are great ways to get new eyeballs on the practice, get people walking through the door, have a fun environment, which makes them more likely to trust you and sign up for a new patient appointment if that's what you're trying to do. So the 5th and final type, and this is probably kind of a distant 5th from the other 4, is going to be any type of talk that you do. So this could kind of fall into 3 categories in my mind. This could be an in-office workshop, this could be a recorded webinar, or this could be something like a dinner with the doc. Now, to me, I think the dinner with the doc is going to be the most effective when it comes to promoting things externally to people that you don't already know, because there's a free dinner involved. Now, that becomes more expensive. Are people showing up just for the dinner? Those are all the problems that you kind of run into with dinner with the doc. If you're doing those already, maybe you've already kind of figured that stuff out. But the other 2, they become a little bit tougher. Now, if someone were to show up for the workshop, and sit through it, they're probably, very likely to convert into a new patient. If they opt in for the webinar and they consume it, maybe a little bit less so, just because it's tougher to close on a webinar than it is in person. But it's also available, whenever they want, versus a workshop where they've got to set a day and a time, get in their car, leave their house, go to a place that they haven't been before. So I really think that the talks, if it's a big part of your practice, I do think that it can be successful. I've seen it be successful with certain offices, especially the dinner with the doc strategies. The webinars, it just kind of depends on how compelling the title is, how good you are speaking, how good you are at closing. So unless you've really got something dialed in and you've proven it to be successful, I don't know if I would spend a whole lot of money on it, but I would say that it's probably, in terms of lead generation, it's probably the 5th most effective of the lead generation campaigns. I will say this about webinars though, and I guess the workshops would work well with this as well, is with the webinars, if you've got a really good title, even if they never watch the webinar, you have their information so that you can follow up and you know that they're interested in the topic that you covered. So if you can come up with a really great title, really compelling to the ideal patient that you want, that you can always follow up with them with maybe shorter pieces of content. You could communicate back and forth via text or via email. So I do think that there is value in that in terms of accumulating, especially if it's specific to a condition or a type of patient. It would be helpful to be able to accumulate that list of leads so that you could communicate with them in the future. Whether that turns into a new patient from them watching the webinar or not, who's to say? But so those are the 5 most important or the most effective lead generation campaigns I think you can be doing. Obviously, I'm a big content guy, so I'm going to say that you absolutely should be creating content along with your lead generation, but we all want to get new patients right away and be able to help as many people as possible. So these are the 5 campaigns that I recommend, and we'll see you on the next one.